So in the last episode I said I would make a balls farm. It's safe to say I did, but I also did a lot of other stuff. In case you don't have much time, I also built a raid farm, cobblestone farm, hoglin farm, neutralized an ancient city, built a honey farm, tree farm, concrete converter, killed the dragon 19 more times, went netherite mining, built the ancient city, built a winter rose farm, spicy balls farm, rocket farm, gold farm, building farm, sugar farm, shooting farm, iron farm, and yeah, that's about it. If you do have some time, however, let me explain how and why I did all of this. Starting with, of course, the balls. Yeah, I love balls! But yeah, I didn't even need them when I built the farm. I just wanted balls. Since a lot of farms require redstone too, I went ahead and built a raid farm, which also gives me infinite potens. Oh, and emeralds, but they're kinda useless, especially now that my villagers died. Can we get a moment of silence for the villagers? Just kidding, no, fuck that shit. Next farm. El Mango's cobblestone farm gives me plenty of cobblestone really fast now. It's not even super big, but it's still pretty satisfying. Thank you, Mango Man. For food, I got myself a hoglin farm. I don't really have footage of this, you're just gonna trust me that that's where I got the seemingly infinite pork chop. In between all this building, I had been brainstorming about a proper base. Guys, my current base is the worst. I had a place in mind, specifically this mountain, but couldn't think of anything better than a huge basement. There was one problem though, that being the ancient city underneath the mountain being full of shriekers and thus funny big guys. God damn it. Okay, one time. Chat, I want to live down here, but I'm dummy thick, and the clap of my ass cheeks keeps alerting the skulk sensors. This is lore. Okay, after that I gathered some bees and forced them to work in very questionable work conditions for my own self-gain. It's okay though, I feed the bees plenty of glass bottles. They love it. With all of the materials from these farms I could finally put together El Mango's versatile tree farm. And only farm spruce, cause the other trees suck. Like, do any of y'all look at this shit and think, damn, this is great, I love this? Having been busy building all of these farms constantly, I decided I wanted some action. So I crafted some end crystals and committed dragon destruction. With every dragon meeting its end. Get it? Another gateway opened until eventually there were no more gateways to be opened. But before I could use this to my advantage, I went out to blow up the nether and get some netherite. The thing is, I had plenty of TNT left over after I got all the netherite I needed. And what better way to use this than to blow up the ancient city? At this point you can probably guess what's next. Yes, it's more farms, but I hit a major roadblock here. You see, I updated my stuff to 1.19.3 not too long ago at this point, and 1.19.3 has a very funny bug. This causes the farm I was planning to build to simply not work. I was devastated. How was I gonna farm wither roses automatically now? Does this mean I'll have to manually farm wither roses? But no, I refused. I decided I was clever enough to design my own wither rose farm. So instead of getting wither roses manually with snow golems or chickens, I spent 10 hours designing the most scuffed wither rose farm known to man. This farm will be the end of this world for sure by simply just scaring me to death. The wither escaped my incredible security measures multiple times while I was trying to put it in. But that's fine, withers don't scare me, and I ended up getting plenty of wither roses anyway, which I then used to build a spoonful of magma farm. I could have literally mined for maybe 2 hours to get enough magma blocks for the gold farm. But who am I to do stuff by hand? On the topic of magma, forklights are awesome, so I got those too. With the magma and forklights, I could build Nembon's gold farm. I designed my own watering extension for this farm, which will give me the last ingredient I need for all the redstone stuff I desire. Quartz. In case you haven't realized yet, all of these farms contribute to getting materials for the most important part of an entire Minecraft world, a place to store items. the storage system. I want to go all out for this, and for that I will need an absolute shitload of shulker boxes. That's why I built ending credits one-dimensional shulker farm. This thing is fast. Look at this. At some point around this time I also started using more loggers than I was getting, because I didn't have enough sugarcane. So now I have way too much because I went a bit overboard with the farm. What I did next was completely unnecessary, but also funny. I built Stormlace level 2 wither skeleton farm. Now you might be looking at it and think, yo, that nether looks hella quirky. That's because of all the buttons. I sometimes ask myself why I do this to myself. What is the point? Why do I place these buttons? Why do I even play this game? Does anything have any meaning? We will all die eventually, no matter what we do. I could place one button, or 1 million. It doesn't matter. And that's okay. Nothing matters. And that's why we can do whatever we want. We cannot waste our time, since there's no better way to spend our time than to just live life and pursue our own goals. Life having no meaning means we can give it our own meaning. And if I want to place buttons, I can place buttons. Eventually dying and losing everything is a fear worth fearing. But until the end comes around, we just gotta have fun and press on. I can't fucking believe I did all of that for a button joke. I have now placed 82,000 buttons and have a lot of materials available, including more beacons than I'll ever need. Somehow all of this wasn't enough though, since I still needed way more iron than I had. So instead of AFKing 20 hours at my old farm, I spent 10 hours building a faster one. I'm going insane. There he is. Let's fucking go. All that's left now is to build the storage system I've been designing in the actual world. But that's for next episode. Tune in next time to see the storage system built, as well as the next big project that will soon follow after.
You have 2 years.